Good evening, I'm Mahamtawa with the news-making headlines around the world. The Deputy Premier and Minister of Interior inaugurates the ministry's new premises of residency affairs in Dajij area. OPEC organization appears to be in disarray as oil ministers from member countries gather in Vienna for talks. New reports of explosions are reported on the Syrian border city of Kobani as US-led airstrikes continue. And a suicide bomber strikes a UK embassy vehicle in the Afghan capital Kabul, killing 5 people and wounding others. In our first item, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, His Highness Sheikh Jabir al-Mubarak al-Hamad al-Subah, the Prime Minister, received today at Sif Palace in the presence of the First Deputy Premier and Foreign Minister Sheikh Subah al-Khalid al-Hamad al-Subah, Commander of the U.S. Central Command General Lloyd J. Austin III, on the occasion of his visit to the country. The Deputy Premier and Minister of Interior, Sheikh Mohammed Al-Khalid Al-Hamad Al-Subah, voiced keenness on completing the ministry's infrastructure in record time. Following the inauguration of the new premises of residency affairs in Dajij area, Sheikh Mohammed Al-Khalid expressed satisfaction over reducing the number of buildings rented by the Interior Ministry from 25 to 15, affirming that the ministry will no longer need to lease the remaining premises in the near future. He also emphasized that these facilities need the employees' dedication and devotion in equally serving all expatriates without discrimination to gain their trust, which will positively reflect on the Interior Ministry's image. The 5th Kuwait Popular Heritage Festival will kick off on December the 25th, 2014, with the participation of the GCC countries. The festival, which will last till March the 1st of 2015, includes a considerable number of folklore performances and social activities, as well as camel, horse, falcon and sheep contests. At the meantime, the festival's art committees are wrapping up their final preparations for the upcoming major event that reflects the best image of national and Gulf unity. Kuwait, represented by the Central Agency for Information Technology, CAIT, hosted the 14th meeting of the GCC Government Executive Committee at the Regency Hotel. The gathering aimed at strengthening technical cooperation and joint action among the GCC on all e-government issues. Here is more on the meeting in this report with Salim Al-Kendari.
Kuwait's Central Agency for Information Technology, CAIT, hosted the 14th meeting of the GCC E-Government Executive Committee at the Regency Hotel.
The meeting, it's the 14th E-Government Steering Committee of the GCC countries. Today we have discussed a lot of topics that related to the cooperation between the GCC countries in the e-government domain. We have the strategic guidelines. Strategy has been approved last year, and we are following up the implementation of the joint project and initiative that help in really maturing and improving the e-government status in Saudi Arabia and all the other GCC countries. All the GCC countries have ranked a very good ranks in the United Nations e-government rank, and we are trying to learn from each other and cooperate with each other in order to help and improve the e-government services for the GCC citizens wherever they move around the GCC countries. And we have also discussed the GCC conference and award that we are going to organize in Bahrain in November 2015. And also we have followed up the teamworks that they are working together and joint project like the national or the central GCC e-government portal that offer the shared services for the GCC citizens.
Well, the 14th meeting is the continuation. This is, a regular meeting that we usually have as the CEOs of the authorities responsible for e-government. Of course, the most important thing in this meeting is the implementation of the strategy that has been approved by the ministers. And the objective here today actually is to identify some of those initiatives and try to get them rolling as part of our meetings here. Of course, the initiative have been distributed to different countries. Every country has certain initiatives, and it is very important that we realize that the strategy has been approved last year, and now some of these initiatives, inshallah, in the next ministerial meeting will having some of this initiative will be inaugurated and will be ready to be used by the GCC, like the GCC network, which is connecting all the GCC countries and organization to work together and to pass their to work together and connect with different organizations.
The meeting also tackled some other issues submitted by the General Secretariat on implementing joint initiatives and the resolutions by Telecommunication, Information Technology and Post-GCC Ministers Committee. This 14th meeting hosted by Kuwait aims to focus on several issues, among them strengthening technical cooperations and joint actions, developing e-linkages among the GCC countries, and also exchange of expertise and information. From the Regency Hotel, this is Salim Kendiri reporting for the English News.
The Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries for OPEC appears to be in disarray as ministers from member countries gathered in Vienna for talks today. Prices are plunging, and in the short term, the alliance may not be able to do much about it. Expectations that the group would not cut output to support the market saw the global price of oil slump another $1.89 today to $75.86 a barrel, extending its losses since June when it was as high as $115. That drop has been driven by a boom in shale production in the United States, as well as weakness in some major world economies, causing supply to outpace demand. OPEC powerhouse Saudi Arabia has indicated it does not back a cut, to the frustration of Iran, Venezuela and Nigeria, which all need higher prices for their production to be profitable. Large plumes of smoke rose from the northern Syrian town of Kobani today as explosions went off. It was not immediately possible to verify the source of the explosions. The US-led coalition was still bombing Islamic State positions in Kobani earlier this week, blunting the militants' drive to capture the town. Kobani has been under siege by Islamic State militants since mid-September. At least 7 people were killed and 15 wounded when a car bomb exploded in a neighborhood of Baghdad last night. Iraqi authorities reported that a bomb exploded on a commercial street in Sadr city. It damaged a number of vehicles which were later moved to a nearby police station. The blast was the second to be reported in Baghdad on the same day. Earlier, officials said a bomb blast near an outdoor market in southern Baghdad killed 3 people and wounded 7 others. Egypt temporarily opened its border crossing with Gaza on Wednesday, allowing more than 250 Palestinians who had been stuck in Egypt to return to the Gaza Strip. More with Majlou Haidi from Gaza.
For the first time in 30 days, Egypt opened Rafah crossing with Gaza to allow those stuck on the Egyptian side to return home to the coastal enclave. Hundreds of people were able to cross into Gaza after a long suffering.
Our life is so difficult. We wasted all our money while waiting for the crossing to be open. There's hundreds of patients, students and families waiting to be here in Gaza.
We thank the Palestinian side and President Mahmoud Abbas for helping us in our crisis. I can't believe we are finally in Gaza. The journey was painful.
The crossing, which is the only access point to the Palestinian territory not controlled by Israel, opened for 4 hours on Wednesday and Thursday, a government official said. The terminal was operating in only one direction, allowing people in but not out. According to diplomatic sources, more than 3,000 Gazans have been stranded on the Egyptian side. Meanwhile, thousands others are outside Egypt and are not able to reach Gaza.
We demand the Egyptian side to continue their effort in opening Rafah in 2 directions. We need a gate with the outside world. This is our human right.
Egypt closed the crossing after a suicide attack killed 30 soldiers in North Sinai last month. A recent United Nations report stated that the border's closure had prevented thousands of Gazans from accessing medical treatment or education in Egypt and beyond. The opening of Gaza's main crossing today is a glimpse of hope for Gazans, especially for those who are waiting desperately to cross into their homeland. Majdu Haidi, Kuwait TV, Gaza.
Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei said today he agrees on continuing talks with world powers over its disputed nuclear program, adding that Iran would accept fair agreements over excessive demands. Iran and the major powers agreed on Monday to resolve agreements by March the 1st and the final detail or deal to follow 4 months later. World powers have engaged in intensive negotiations over Iran's nuclear program. Tehran has denied its nuclear research has any sort of military dimension, saying it is focused on peaceful purposes. Afghanistan's Interior Ministry confirmed that a British national was among 5 people who were killed in a suicide attack today on an embassy vehicle in the capital, Kabul. The ministry said an Afghan national who was driving the vehicle was among the 4 Afghans killed in the attack. He added another 33 civilians were wounded, a number of whom were treated at the Wazir Akbar Khan Hospital in Kabul. Taliban insurgents claimed responsibility for the attack in a brief statement. The first human trial of an experimental vaccine against Ebola suggests that it is safe and may help the immune system to combat the virus. 20 volunteers were divided into 2 groups receiving either a low or high dose. The antibody response was stronger among those receiving the higher dose. The investigators found that 7 of the high dose and 2 of the low dose volunteers produced T-cell immune responses, which may be important in protection against Ebola viruses. Scientists at the U.S. National Institute of Health described the result as promising. His Highness Sheikh Salem Al Ali Subah Informatics Award announced winners' names of the award's 14th session following assessment of approximately 20,000 kit testing websites and smart applications. The judging council comprises 11 members from 9 Arab countries, including officials of 4 e-governments of the UAE, Oman, Kuwait and Jordan. Our correspondent Heba Abdurrahman was there and has this report.
5 websites and 5 smart applications have been selected to receive this year's prizes of His Highness Sheikh Salem Al Ali Al Sabah Informatics Award. It was announced that the selected websites are from Bahrain, Qatar 2 awards, Jordan and United Arab Emirates. The winning applications are from Jordan, United Arab Emirates 2 awards, Kuwait and Saudi Arabia.
This is a very important event for Sheikh Salem Al Ali Sabah Informatics Award for this year. We are actually in 14 years in this year, so we are happy to announce the winners for this year. Also, at the same time, we are proud of achieving this achievement this night because more than 20,000. We have collected more than 20,000 apps and websites from Alexa for the websites, 500 at least from each country, Arab country, around 18 countries. We collected 500 from each country, and also we have collected more than 10,000 apps from the international stores like Apple Store and Google Play.
This edition of the award is focusing on the services that help the Arab communities, and also it focuses on the applications, the new applications that are fostering relationships among the Arab world, and also providing good examples for countries about what are the available in our outside world, like for personal use or for country use or for a human, just as a human, what we can benefit from these new interventions of technologies.
Thousands of entries for the coveted awards had to be evaluated and whittled down to 50 best ones from both categories, websites and smart applications. Out of the 50 entries, 5 were selected for awards. The total of all submitted websites, 9,018, came from 18 Arab countries, and those of all submitted applications, 10,855, came from 13 countries. The awards will be presented at a ceremony in December, attended by His Highness the Emir, Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah. Among the awardees are the Bahrain Governmental Portal, website of the Al Jazeera Satellite Channel, Abu Dhabi Portal, Dubai Police Application, Jordan Medicine Tip Application, Nabd Application from Kuwait, and Holy Quran Application from Saudi Arabia. The judging committee is made of 11 members from 9 Arab countries. Announcing the winners of the 14th edition of His Highness Sheikh Salim Al Ali Sabah Informatics Award coincides with the procedures that are undertaken by the Award Council and Committee for its approaching 15th anniversary. From the headquarters of His Highness Sheikh Salim Al Ali Sabah Informatics Award in Qurtuba area, I am Heba Abdurrahman reporting for English News.
And in our final item, we move to the local business news, where at the end of this week's trading, Kuwait Stock Exchange indices ended on a red board. The KSX 15 settled at 1,122.03 points, losing 9.49 points, and the weight index closed at 463.48 points, losing 2.29 points. The price index also recorded a loss of 6,986.68 points, shedding 32.93. For a chance to see our reports again, please visit our YouTube channel at MOI Kuwait News. Well, with that, we conclude our news bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Have a pleasant time. I'm Maham Tawa. Before we go, we remind you once again of our main top stories. Have a pleasant time and good night. The Deputy Premier and Minister of Interior inaugurates the ministry's new premises of residency affairs in Dajij area. OPEC organization appears to be in disarray as oil ministers from member countries gather in Vienna for talks. New reports of explosions are reported on the Syrian border city of Kobani as US-led airstrikes continue. And a suicide bomber strikes a UK embassy vehicle in the Afghan capital Kabul, killing 5 people and wounding others.